He's not a father. I wonder if that would change his decision-making process to go into a risky situation.
He has a mother.
Right, but he's not responsible for the life of another human being right now, or at that moment that he made that decision.
So
that very based decision.
Yeah.
So then single people, you're fine with doing this because they don't have a duty to their children because they have no children to speak of. Or no, that wouldn't be okay either.
Well, no, my risk calculations of what I do on a day-to-day basis are much different than probably a woman with children. Yeah, absolutely they are.
Different, but if Renee Good had been single, would you be saying, oh, well, it's okay because she wasn't in violation of her moral duty to her son?
I would say that the calculation would be different.
In what way? You're just saying it's different, but in what way would it be different?
Well, she's not considering she has to take care of a family when she goes home, or she has a moral responsibility for her son. So I'm going to be more risk tolerant to go into situations that's highly charged, where there is the possibility of force, where is the possibility of her getting hurt. And she didn't back down. That was the thing. They were very antagonistic to these ICE officers.
It just seems like a red herring, because I think that you fundamentally believe that she was fighting for a cause that was not righteous and that is unjust. And why not make the criticism on that grounds instead of saying, well, it's actually immoral because she has a duty to her family and to her son. I'm sorry. What did you think it was?
I just think I think her priorities are disordered. I didn't say it was immoral.
Okay, well, her priorities were disordered, but again, then the disordered priorities just seems like a red herring to me, because it doesn't really seem like that's the thing you're really sanctioning her for or indicting her for. It does seem like the issue is that you don't really think that the cause was just, because if the cause became just enough, then it would reach a threshold where suddenly you would say that the duties maybe there could be leniency as far as them being reordered.
I don't think so. I don't think any social cause
than your family or you as an individual.
I don't think there's any social cause worth risking your life for and risking leaving your child without a mother. I don't.
So how do you feel about ICE agents then? Because they're putting themselves in a risky, difficult position. These ICE agents have family. They're going out there with guns. They're not charged with their family.
They're not charged with the nurturing and taking care of their children.
But they're still have moral duties to their families.
They do, but they have different capacities. Like we said, they're more forceful. They're more likely to be safe in that situation than a woman is.
You're just saying they're different. They're different.
They are different.
I agree that they're different, but why this leniency for men to be engaged in these sorts of behaviors and not following their duty of not putting themselves in situations
because they
that
have
could
different
wind
roles.
up dead?
Because fathers and mothers have different roles within the family. Their charge is to protect and defend. A mother's role is to nourish and
so male ICE officers, okay.